Welcome, beloved soul, to this sacred space of light and intuition. Thank you for taking the time to be here. Your presence is no coincidence. You have been guided here for a reason, and I honor your energy as we step together into this moment of divine reflection. Before we begin, I invite Spirit into this reading. May the loving guidance of the universe flow freely through every card, every symbol, every word. May the wisdom that wishes to reach you find its way gently into your heart. Let us give thanks in advance for the messages we are about to receive, for they are not just words, but whispers from your higher self, from ancestors, from the unseen realms that walk beside you always. This is a general collective reading, which means that the messages will speak to many, but your intuition will know which parts are meant, especially for you. Trust what resonates, leave behind what does not. Spirit speaks in symbol sand, your soul knows how to listen. Now, as I tune into the energy surrounding you, I see signs of emotional heaviness. You may recently have experienced a loss, a breakup, a parting, or perhaps a painful emotional rift. The tears you've held back or let fall freely were not in vain. They are sacred. They are cleansing. You may be feeling isolated, misunderstood, or even betrayed. There is bitterness here, yes, but also buried within it, the deep desire to be seen, heard, and healed. 10. Spirit shows me a season of introspection behind you. You've been lost in your thoughts, searching for meaning, replaying events, wondering if you could have done something differently. This mental spiral has pulled you inward, perhaps too far inward. You've built walls not only around your heart, but also around your energy, your joy, your ability to receive. And yet, what ended was meant to end. This was a karmic closing, a sacred contract that has now been fulfilled. No matter how much it hurt, no matter how sudden or unfair it seemed, this chapter was always destined to end this way. It was part of your soul's evolution. There is nothing you could have done to change its course, because its purpose was not to stay but to teach. And now, Spirit offers you a lighted glimpse of hope on the horizon. You've drawn a card that calls for divine assistance. It's time to ask for help, not just from those around you, but from the divine itself. Meditation, prayer, breath work, grounding. Spirit is urging you to come back to yourself, not through overthinking, but through stillness. Go within, not to analyze, but to listen, because your strength is not gone. It's simply been buried beneath the pain, and it is ready to rise again. In Demon. In the days ahead, I see a celebration on the horizon, a gathering, an event, perhaps a reunion of some kind. You may receive an invitation that seems ordinary, but go, say yes, because within that space, something beautiful is waiting. You may reconnect with an old friend, or even an old flame. Someone from your past is making their way back into your orbit. This meeting may feel spontaneous, but it is divinely orchestrated. Spirit never brings people back without purpose. Whether it's for healing, closure, or a new beginning, trust that this reunion holds soul-level significance. It might not even be at an event. It may be a chance encounter on the street, a message in your inbox, a name that shows up just when you were thinking of them. However it unfolds, pay attention. Your past is echoing into your present, not to haunt you, but to help you grow. So I ask you now, dear soul, can you soften your heart just enough to receive the magic that is beginning to bloom again? Can you allow yourself to believe that the universe still has beautiful plans for you? Because it does, and it starts right here, right now, with this first message from Spirit. As we journey deeper into your reading, I sense the gentle rustle of autumn leaves, a symbol of change, of release, and of reflection. It feels as though a moment is approaching where you'll be able to breathe a little easier, perhaps through a simple conversation that touches your soul in all the right places. You may find yourself sitting across from someone, an old friend, a soul companion, and the words will begin to flow like healing water. Laughter may mix with tears, and in this exchange, you'll release something that has been weighing on your chest for far too long. This is no ordinary meeting. This soul has come back into your life for a reason. Something they say, perhaps even unintentionally, will strike a chord deep within you. A piece of wisdom, a memory, a revelation, whatever it is, it will help shift your perspective and guide you toward resolution. Spirit is sending this messenger as a reminder. You are not alone, and healing is already underway. Oh, now we draw from the Romantic Tarot, and the first card to appear is the World of Powerful Major Arcana card, and a cosmic punctuation mark on a long and burdensome chapter. The message here is clear. A cycle has completed. This relationship, perhaps once filled with dreams and promises, had become heavy. You were carrying it perhaps more than the other person. The love may have been real once, but over time it transformed into a weight that could no longer be sustained. You tried, they tried, but Spirit shows me the fatigue, the strain, and ultimately, the quiet, karmic truth: it had to end. Yes, it may have involved family, children, shared responsibilities, or shared history, but the energetic contract has now dissolved. This is the natural conclusion of a karmic union, one that served its purpose and no longer needs to continue. But don't mistake this ending for failure. It is in truth a graduation of the soul. The World card reminds us that every ending births a new beginning. The wheel turns, the cycle closes. And you now stand on the threshold of something beautifully unknown. Moving into the present energies, I see the Six of Pentacles, a card of balance, giving, receiving, and movement. You are on your own now, but not isolated. In fact, you're crossing paths with many people from different walks of life, especially through work or creative collaboration. You may be traveling, networking, expanding your circle. You're not looking to settle down quickly. You're discerning, you're observing, you're searching not just for a partner, but for depth, for meaning, for someone whose generosity matches your own. You may have become more selective, more aligned with your values, your spirit. You're also focused on your craft, building your financial and material stability. The Pentacles remind us of earthly grounding. Your attention is practical right now, rooted in creating abundance and security. But Spirit also shows how this very environment, your workspace, your projects, your collaborations are the very places where meaningful connections might begin to bloom. And then the Judgment card appears. This is a powerful call from your higher self, a spiritual awakening. You are not who you once were. The trials you've endured have changed you, shaped you, refined you. Others may be drawn to your light now, sensing your transformation. There's admiration around you, respect, attention, even awe. Perhaps you've taken on a leadership role, or you've become a beacon for others who are still walking through their own darkness. Your voice, your presence, your story, it carries impact. And though you may feel like you're just doing what you need to survive, others see you as someone rising. The Judgment card is also about resurrection, a return to purpose. You may find yourself revisiting old dreams or being drawn toward a life path you had once forgotten. There is clarity arriving for you, and with it, a profound opportunity to reinvent yourself. So, what does Spirit say now? Keep your heart open even as you focus on your goals. Not all who enter your orbit now are meant to stay, but some may offer lessons, healing, and even companionship. You are a light in the world, and your energy is shifting into alignment with something new, something sacred. There's something radiant about the way your soul is shifting. You are no longer who you once were. Spirit shows me clearly. You've changed direction, pivoted toward a new pathone that's more aligned with your truth, even if it meant walking it alone. The Judgment card still lingers in your energy, ringing like a cosmic bell through your spirit. You're not just making small changes, you're undergoing a complete transformation. You are shedding layers, old versions of yourself that were no longer serving your evolution. You are beginning to share your voice in new ways, bold, unique, and unfiltered. You've likely noticed others are starting to see you differently. They admire your courage, your individuality, your independence. Even though you're walking your path solo right now, you're not invisible, far from it. You're surrounded by admirers, supporters, and soul connections who are silently cheering you on. You may not always feel it, but your light is reaching far. And yet, within this blooming power, Spirit reveals the presence of emotional wounds still healing beneath the surface. You've pulled the Temperance card, a sacred symbol of healing, balance, and patience. But it comes with a message. Someone may have recently made a romantic or even passionate offer toward you, yet you turned away. Not out of coldness, but out of protection. The woman in this card keeps her emotions close, guarded like a sacred flame. She pours herself into her work, her inner world, her quiet solitude. Offers may appear, but her heart isn't ready to receive. Not yet. You see, dear soul, there is a wound that still bleeds silently. Spirit shows me a spilled drink symbolizing emotional turmoil. A marriage or committed relationship that ended not with peace, but with confusion, betrayal, and spiritual exhaustion. On the outside, perhaps everything looked picture perfect. Smiles, appearances. But behind closed doors, the truth was different. You bore the weight, you wore the mask, and inside, it fractured you. This is why the heart is hesitant. This is why you remain withdrawn. You're not just avoiding love, you're still processing the ghost of what once was. 1. The Four of Rods reminds us of this former union. What should have been a sanctuary became a cage. What was once celebrated became something that no longer reflected your truth. Spirit shows that you played the part, but deep down, you were unfulfilled. And now, in the aftermath, you've chosen to walk this road alone and not out of fear, but out of sacred necessity. But even as you seek healing, there are shadows that still linger. The Five of Rods appears, and with it comes the energy of tension, conflict, distrust. You are still grappling with the fear of betrayal, perhaps even haunted by memories of infidelity. You question, what if it happens again? What if I let my guard down and they hurt me too? This fear is valid. The pain you endured wasn't imagined, it was real. There were arguments, tension, silent wars. There may have been secrets, deceit, or distractions outside the relationship that left you feeling abandoned even while you stood right beside them. Spirit shows me, your intuition tried to warn you. You felt the shift before you saw it. You sensed the distance before the words ever came. And still you stayed, until staying became more painful than leaving. Ziction. And so now, here you are, healing, working, building your own life again, one sacred step at a time. But Spirit gently whispers, you don't have to carry this alone anymore. Let this be the season where you allow your heart to exhale. You are allowed to say, I'm still hurting. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to rebuild, slowly, consciously, with intention. This part of your reading is not about rushing into love again. It's about recognizing how far you've come, and acknowledging that your healing journey is not a detour, it is the path. There was a chapter that ended not with peace, but with silence. Spirit reveals a legal separation, a breakdown not only in love, but in communication, in connection, in trust. The bonds that once held you together with some, perhaps a spouse or a long-term partner, have now dissolved into cold distance and faded memories. This wasn't just a quiet parting, it came with conflict, with tension, with the echo of words left unsaid. There was judgment. Literally, perhaps court rulings, documents, signatures, all marking the final line between what was and what no longer could be. The energy between you and this person now feels distant, cold, irrevocable. It's not something that can be revived, no matter how many memories still linger in the quiet hours of the night. In Hair, and here you are now, embodying the Queen of Cups. She is graceful, she is intuitive, but she is also quiet guarded. Her emotions are sacred waters she does not pour easily. You too have learned to keep your feelings hidden behind invisible veils. You may smile, you may nod, but deep within your heart is still nursing old wounds. There is a cup resting on your head, symbolizing how much you think about your emotions, but rarely allow them to flow freely. You've built emotional walls around yourself not out of weakness, but from necessity. You've chosen isolation not because you dislike people, but because your soul is seeking protection. You may even be keeping busy, diving into work or tasks, distracting yourself from the heaviness that still clings to the past. But Spirit gently reminds us, even the strongest hearts must empty their cup from time to time. Red and 7, and now enters the energy of the King of Cups. This could be someone entering your life, a mature, emotionally grounded person, perhaps a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Or this may be a symbol from the universe calling you to seek support, a therapist, a mentor, a father figure, or someone who can guide you with compassion. This king doesn't demand, He listens. He sees you, not just the version you show to the world, but the ache behind the mask. Spirit is saying, it's time to reach out. Let someone help you fill your cup again, whether emotionally, spiritually, or practically. You are not meant to walk this entire journey alone. Dawn. The Page of Swords appears like a whisper from the past, reminding us of all the sacrifices you made in that former relationship. You gave. You carried. You kept the home, the love, the structure alive, even when you received little in return. Perhaps you felt like a servant of that love, doing all the work while the other remained distant or detached. This card is often tied to waiting for news, for closure, for justice. Spirit shows you may still be awaiting a legal resolution, a divorce finalization, a financial agreement, or even just a conversation that never came. Whatever it is, there's a part of your soul still on hold, waiting for clarity that hasn't yet arrived. But hear this, dear one. You are not the same person who once begged for love. You are evolving. You are rising. You are allowed to stop waiting and begin again. So, let this season be about reclaiming your voice, seeking support when you need it, and trusting that the universe will not leave you in limbo forever. Even now, healing is happening behind the scenes. Spirit is aligning what was broken, and soon, the answers you seek will arrive. But first, allow your heart to be seen. Allow your wounds to be witnessed. Only then can the next chapter begin as a continuation of pain, but as a rebirth in light. And now, we arrive at the most tender part of this reading, the final outcome whispered by Spirit with the softness of hope. The Four of Cups emerges first, a symbol of unseen blessings, of offers quietly waiting at the edge of your awareness. After all the storms, all the heartbreak, all the legal turmoil and nights spent drowning in silence, Spirit shows you that love is approaching, but you may not recognize it right away. You see, this new presence appears subtly, a gentle soul offering something genuine, but you deep in your thoughts, still healing, still cautious, may overlook it. The image is clear. A woman sits in her own little world, absorbed in her mind. She wears a mask to hide her vulnerability, a large hat to shield her thoughts. She isn't looking for love, yet love is looking for her. And that woman is you, dear soul. This person approaching, their heart is sincere, their intentions are true. They are not here to break or fix you, they are here to see you, to be with you. But the choice is yours. Qi, you are shown stroking a cat, symbol of intuition and sacred knowing. Spirit urges you, listen not to fear, but to the quiet wisdom within. Let your inner voice be your compass, not the echoes of your past wounds. And look, behind this gentle invitation stands the Empress. Yes, you. You are being seen by others as someone radiant, abundant, grounded in beauty and grace. You've risen from the ashes with elegance. People admire you, your strength, your independence, your power to create and rebuild. But even the Empress, ruled by Venusta, goddess of love and beauty, even she needs connection. Even she deserves tenderness. So now comes a chance. A genuine relationship home that could bloom into stability and warmth. But here lies the challenge. Will you allow it in? Spirit presents the Two of Pentacles, a delicate balance between the heart and the hustle. You've been chasing success, building your dreams, carving your empire, and perhaps love felt like a distraction or even a danger. But look again. In the image, a young girl tugs fiercely on the reins, eyes on her goal. Beside her, a man reaches out not to stop her, but to offer a moment of affection. She, however, seems irritated, too busy, too focused, too guarded. And yet, behind them, the apples on the tree are glowing symbols of abundance, nourishment, and sensual joy. This love may not just be emotional, it could be prosperous, inspiring, healing, So Spirit asks you gently now, can you pause, if only for a moment, and let someone into your heart? Can you soften, even just a little, to what wants to grow alongside you, not in place of your dreams, but as part of them? The offer that's coming is real. The feelings are true, but only you can decide if you're ready to feel again, to love again, to begin again. Let love find you not as the old version of yourself, but as the empress you've become. Let this next chapter be written not in fear, but in faith. And so, beautiful soul, the cards whisper, the time of sorrow is passing. The door to love is open. All that's left is for you to step through it. And now, dearest soul, as Spirit continues to reveal the unfolding path ahead, the message deepens. We find you standing at a crossroads between love and labor, between the tender call of the heart and the constant hum of ambition. You are shown here eyes locked on your goals, immersed in your purpose, building your empire, brick by sacred brick. You are powerful, yes. You are ascending. But as you rise, there is someone quietly hoping to rise with you. He's not loud, not forceful, just present. A simple gesture of affection, a wish to share in your light. And yet, you seem distant, disinterested, perhaps even a little irritated. Why? Could it be, beloved, that your heart, though strong, is still guarded, wounded perhaps, or simply afraid to lose focus, to let anyone close again? Izel. But Spirit whispers gently now, there are apples on the tree. This is a symbol of abundance, of emotional nourishment, of love that can be both real and rewarding. You don't have to give up your dreams to receive affection. You don't have to choose between passion and partnership. What if, just what if, this connection could walk beside your purpose, not against it? You are being asked now not to abandon your path, but to take just a moment to pause, to breathe, and to let someone see the heart behind the crown. This person, this soul, appears to carry truth in his words. His energy is genuine. What he feels, he truly feels. And what he offers, though quiet, is real. Nainoi. And so, we pull a message from the Power Tarot, and the first card graces us as the Four of Raphael, the mystical counterpart to the Four of Cups. It returns again and again, an invitation, a divine whisper. Look for the magic in life. Be mindful of your own emotions. You've been so focused on survival, on success, that you may have closed the door to serendipity. But love is knocking. It's not loud. It's sacred. It's subtle. And the next card, glowing with finality and freedom, is the Ten of Michael. And Spirit speaks clearly here. The chapter has closed. The storm has passed. The curtain has fallen on a painful act in your life, perhaps a betrayal, a divorce, a cycle of grief, and you are finally, truly free. New doors are forming where old ones once slammed shut. And beyond those doors is happiness, waiting to be embraced. And then, the wheel turns. Ah yes, the wheel of fortune, the divine hand of fate. A shift is coming. Delays are ending. New beginnings are taking root. A new direction calls you on, blessed by joy, timing, and celestial favor. Ibis. All three cards, Four of Raphael, Ten of Michael, and the Wheel speak in harmony. Let go of the past. Say yes to now. Welcome the love that is destined for you. You are not only free, you are ready. Ready to trust again. Ready to feel again. Ready to live not just in survival mode, but in full spectrum joy. Chi. So, precious one, as we close this part of your reading, remember, you are the Empress. You are the vessel of Venus. And you are not meant to journey alone forever. Take a chance. Open the door. Let love return.